Richard Malczyk, and I'm one of the consultants at R&D Tax. And I'm chatting to Dr. Finn Williams, founder and chief executive at Rumii, a high-tech startup that's recently benefited from our Giving Back program. Hello, Finn. How are you?
Hi, Richard. I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, I'm great. Thank you. Finn, can you give us an overview of Rumii? Tell us, what does the business do?
Yeah, so Rooney is at its core a behavioural health tracker that utilises the handset sensors of the smartphone to be able to passively track the habits that keep us well, essentially. And we use that as part of the data set to help inform an AI coach to keep people on in good health.
Gosh, that's a complex app, I must say. How are you funding the business?
So we've had an Innovate UK grant, which we're really fortunate with, and we've raised some angel alongside that, and the R&D tax credits have been part of that as well.
Oh, great, great to see R&D claims are part of the process.
Mm.
Can you tell us about the research and development work that you did?
So, as you've mentioned, it's quite a complex app, and it's very well. My CTO would say bleeding edge, even rather than cutting edge. So we had to do a lot of research around how the concept of you actually utilizing the sensors that exist in your handset for a different purpose for what they are, what's the functionality it gives your actual handset, right? So your handset has all these sensors, you utilize them for a variety of functions that we take for granted because the phone just works. But there is a body of conceptual research around how you can utilize those in terms of inferring different behavioral patterns. And it's those behavioral patterns that help us to understand how healthy we might be. And by healthy, not just physically healthy, but mentally healthy as well. So we had to do a lot of research around that and a lot of research around, well, you'll know all of the kind of fast paced changes in AI and how we're utilizing generative AI. And I think even in the time that we've been building, that's moved on a pace and we've had to switch course and use agentic AI rather. Even yeah, so it's an ongoing, never-ending research and development cycle, I think.
Wow, it sounds like a really complex mix of science and technology. Now, do you think you could have made the correct judgments for your R&D claim without advice?
And I think that working with an advisor takes away the so part of my job is really broad, and as a founder you're everything to everyone all at once, and so actually taking not to have to spend the time to try and understand it all, but to have somebody make it really easily understandable and be there to review everything that you submit and give feedback has been, yeah, I think it's been a much more simple process to be working with somebody. So I
That's
think it's
great.
possible, but I don't. I think I wouldn't have gotten a claim without question, probably.
Great, great. And were you happy with the outcome of the R&D claim?
Yeah, it was actually processed really smoothly and quickly. I was surprised, and yeah, I did. We didn't have any kind of question, I guess, about whether we qualified. And that's partly because we did the groundwork with you guys ahead of time.
Yeah, no, that's great. And how long did the claims process take?
I think from when we submitted it, probably about 5 or 6 weeks, I think,
Yeah,
something like that.
that's not unusual for
Mm.
HMRC. And how has the experience of claiming R&D tax credits impacted your future plans?
Well, we definitely do it again, I think is the short answer there. I think it this was our first claim, so the amount that we had recredited to us was smaller because there was less time that we had been involved in research and development at the time that we made the first claim. But yeah, it is a super important part for a founder in terms of being able to kind of keep that runway going.
Oh, that's great. And so just finally, how likely are you to recommend R&D tax?
Highly likely, Richard. You've been incredibly patient, you really responsive. Very helpful, made the whole process very easy.
That's great. Thank you. And thanks for our little chat this morning. I really
Welcome.
appreciate it. And I look forward to working with you on the next one.
Absolutely. Thanks, Richard.